Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt the need to figure out what kind of mood everyone is in? You scan their faces, listen to the exact tone of their voice, and adjust your own personality just to keep the peace. At first, it is easy to assume you are just highly empathetic, or maybe a bit of a people pleaser. But that explanation doesn't quite land, because you aren't just trying to be nice, you are scanning for danger. When you grow up with a narcissistic parent, love isn't something you are freely given. It is a transaction you have to manage. Today, we're looking at the psychology and the 3 unique traits of adults who were raised by narcissists. For most people, a childhood home is a safe place, but when you are raised by a narcissist, your home is a highly unpredictable environment. This brings us to the first trait, a profound state of emotional hypervigilance. As a child, your safety depended on predicting the sudden mood swings of your parent. You learned to read the emotional data of the room, noticing small shifts in mood, tones of voice, and facial expressions long before words were even spoken. Today, as an adult, your nervous system still operates on that exact same frequency. You possess a superpower-level ability to read people, but it comes with a crushing cognitive load. You absorb the tension in the room and assume it is your job to fix it, constantly regulating everyone else's emotions while completely ignoring your own. This leads to the second trait, an almost involuntary reflex to over-apologize and constantly doubt your own reality. Narcissistic parents rarely take accountability. Instead, they shift the blame, convincing you that you are too sensitive, too dramatic, or just remembering things wrong. When you are repeatedly told that your reality is incorrect, you develop a deep psychological fracture. You stop trusting your own memory and your own feelings. In adulthood, this looks like apologizing for things that are completely out of your control, or saying "I'm sorry" just for taking up space. You might find yourself constantly seeking reassurance, not because you are weak, but because your brain was conditioned to believe that your perception of reality is fundamentally flawed. You over-apologize because growing up, taking the blame was the fastest way to make the conflict stop and restore the fragile peace. And finally, the third trait, a fierce, isolating brand of hyper-independence. To a narcissistic parent, love and support are rarely given freely. They come with invisible strings attached. If they do something for you, it is often later used as guilt, manipulation, or leverage. Because of this, you learned very early on that relying on others is dangerous. As an adult, you would rather carry the weight of the world on your shoulders than ask for help. When someone offers you kindness or support, your immediate instinct is suspicion. You wonder what the catch is and what they will want in return. You have convinced yourself that as long as you don't need anyone, no one can hurt you or hold anything over your head. You become the reliable one, the strong one, the therapist friend who fixes everything for everyone else, but you remain quietly terrified of ever being a burden yourself. Being raised by a narcissist doesn't mean you're broken or doomed to a life of anxiety. It simply means your nervous system adapted to survive an environment where love was conditional and peace was fragile. Understanding these traits isn't about blaming yourself. It is about replacing self-judgment with context. You are not overly sensitive. You are not a burden. Your brain just learned to protect you. If this video helped you recognize yourself or understand someone you love, you are not alone here. This channel is a space for understanding the quieter psychological patterns that shape how we think, connect, and move through the world. If you found this meaningful, consider subscribing so you don't miss future conversations. And if you grew up with a narcissistic parent, drop a comment below and tell me which of these traits resonated with you. Your perspective might help someone else finally feel understood. Thank you for watching.